Pregame.com.
Southern Cal at Oregon. Oregon opened 14.5, total 66. Still 14.5, but the total's up to 67.5. Oregon back in the BCS championship picture. USC looking to spoil it. This is your pick. Give it to me.
I like the dog here. It's a situation where the Trojans are 9-3 against the spread as a road dog since 2000. It's only the second time they've been a double-digit dog. Last year they were a double-digit dog to Stanford. They covered the spread. This is a program that is not in this type of situation. And this is their bowl game. I mean, they're not going to a bowl game this year. So this is their statement game to play against Oregon. And Oregon's off of that huge game last week against Stanford. They've got Oregon State on deck. And traditionally, you know, the Ducks are a very good home favorite. In fact, they were 23-8 against the spread as a home favorite the last 6 seasons, just 2-2-1 this year. And I think we talked about this last week with Boise. Boise was a similar situation where they had dominated at home and they were like 0-4. That told you they weren't at the same caliber as they were in the past. Now, I happen to think that Oregon's a very good team, but this is a lot of points to be given a USC team who, I think the last 6 games they've scored 30 or more points. So they'll be able to trade some points with Oregon here. That's a lot of points in this rivalry.
It definitely is, and I couldn't agree with you more. This is USC's bowl game, especially after the way they coughed up the Stanford game. If they would have won that game, I would have said that was their season.
Right.
You know, but since they lost that game the way they did, this is redemption time for them because nothing else is really going to matter. I made my line right there, 14.75. That's giving Oregon 5.5 points for home field. I think I have to adjust that home field this year based on that ATS mark. They're 5-0 there, but they're not covering numbers. Looks to me like the odds makers have caught on and inflated the price because people were betting Oregon blindly when they were at home. Didn't matter what the number was, they were going to bet it. Looks to me like odds makers said not this year, and you're absolutely right. It's not the same caliber team. What concerns me is Oregon still on that high? Meaning, did they not yet come down? You know, like here we are, we're back in it now. All of a sudden, it's a free roll for them. They were out of the picture after losing that first game to LSU. Now, all of a sudden, this is a team that has a shot at controlling their destiny. But they just have to win. They don't have to cover.
Right.
So I agree with you. I think, you know, based on the fact the inflated price of them playing at home, there is value with the USC side. They're the more balanced offense. And Oregon's biggest asset is their speed. They're going up against a USC team that's pretty damn fast themselves. So I don't think they're going to be outclassed at all against Oregon. I got to agree with you. I leaned USC as well with the points. This line opened at the Golden Nugget at 11. Oregon minus 11 back before the season started. A few weeks ago, before Oregon beat Stanford, they were minus 17 for this game. Now, all of a sudden, that's dropped a little bit after beating Stanford, which is a little surprising to me, you know. That's the only thing that hasn't made sense totally. But I think it breaks down like this. Who's going to have success? Will Oregon have success rushing the ball? Because they rush for 292 yards a game, 6.8 yards per carry. But that USC defense could stuff the run. They allow 100 yards per game. In college, that's pretty good. And only 3.5 yards per carry. If this defense comes to play, I think they could keep it within that number.
Yeah, when you take a look at the last 2 times they played, it's been all Oregon. They won by 31 and 27. So it's embarrassing double revenge for USC. And, you know, USC's got UCLA on deck. But that's not the same rivalry as it used to be. They've won 11 of the last 12.
Exactly.
And UCLA is not a team that's very good this year. Yeah, it's a situation here where with Oregon, you know, I make my own power ratings. And usually you have to downgrade your power ratings by about 2 to 3 points, depending on the situation, off of a big win or off of getting knocked out. For example, when Wisconsin lost.
BCS bubble burst.
Yeah, the bubble burst thing. This line, according to my numbers, has not been downgraded at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you got a team off a huge win, laying basically what I thought they were going to be laying last week. So it's a situation here where I think USC is being undervalued in this situation. And like I said, you're getting a lot of points.
They definitely are, Brian. Nothing reflects that more than the fact if you look at the BCS rankings, Oregon is ranked 4th right now. USC is not ranked in that BCS. They're in the AP somewhere around 20-something, I believe. So this is a team that's not getting much respect at all. I have them 16th in the country right now. And I have Oregon number 5. I think they're a lot closer than at least the pollsters believe. So I agree with you, man. I like the USC side. I like the points.
Off the top of my head, and I know you look a lot at the lines makers ratings. Do you happen to know what they happen to have USC at?
No, but I'm almost positive from what I remember the week prior, they have them right around where I do.
Okay.
In the top 15.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Top 15.
And nothing against Oregon. Oregon's a great team. In fact, I've got Oregon up there, within a couple of points of LSU right now and Alabama. I think they're the 3rd best team in the country right now. But they're not giving USC any credit at all. And USC knows. And the funny thing is, when you watch these football games and you watch what happens at the end of the games, how many times has USC this year done some strange things at the end of the game in order to cover a spread?
Yeah.
And it's sort of like the Nevada coach. I mean, the coach of USC, he knows that game at the end, the big controversial finish earlier in the year.
Yeah.
He came out and it didn't mean anything in the game, but he wanted to make sure they counted that touchdown because of the USC backers.
Yeah.
So he knows what the line is here, around the 14-point. So that back door is always open for USC.
I agree.
He's looking to cover the spread in this game.
And Barkley's the kind of guy that could get it done.
All right.
So there you have it. That's the pick. Don't forget to go to pregamevideos.com. That'll be the thread that has all the videos plus our notes for this game, and every game we cover. We go in there, we post our notes, and like to see what you guys think and also respond to any questions. So that's pregamevideos.com. We'll be back with some best bets. Next up is Michigan, Nebraska. That's my game.